What is up, Dokkan player? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Blaze. Today we are back with another Dokkan battle video. And today, before we start the video, of course, hopefully you guys are having a very good day today. And today we have here the first no item run here on the Gods of Destruction. Now this was actually done before the release of the 6th year anniversaries. As you guys follow me on Twitter, I actually posted a video here of the no item run here, and this was actually not that difficult. LR Tapion and Mosco are just really good when you have them paired up with the EZA AGL Tapion. This EZA AGL Tapion is just so ridiculous. Type neutral, by the way. I want to say he's like one of the best defensive units in the game here, especially if you have him with, of course, the LR Tapion Mosco. These two are just so ridiculous. Mosco is just, you know, I can see a lot of people having trouble with him. Absolutely, because that super tag is an AoE, which is super cheap, because most of these units here need to super tag before they get their defensive raise or that defensive buff here. So depending on the units that you are bringing here, but I mean, Mosco could be very cheap. Now originally I did this with the exact same team, but I had a little, you know, modifications here. This time I decided to bring here Kefla, because Kefla is just, you know, she's a must run here. Android 18 is actually very good, but the only thing is that she actually does not get her passive if you do not have a Goten or a Trunks on the team here. And Goten can actually get clipped here, especially if he doesn't super attack first, and that AoE does hit very hard. So as you guys remember from my first time trying this event, Goten got completely destroyed. So again, Mosco is very cheap. I would definitely say he's definitely one of the hardest ones when it comes to the no item run or for like a regular run here, because that AoE is just so very cheap, and on top of that he has a lot of HP as well here. Now, LR Tapion and Mosco are very good in this adventure, as you guys can tell. But they could get clipped here if they don't super attack first before they get supered, because Mosco as super attack does hit very hard here. Now, again, they will be taking like double figures from normals, which is completely fine. But again, that super attack from Mosco is very deadly, even against LR Tapion and Mosco. Now, one thing to know is that my LR Tapion and Mosco are only 55%, and so is the friend here. So this is why the time for my video wasn't as impressive, I would say. But still, regardless, we got the no item run here on like the second try here. Because my first try I did bring Android 18, but again, like I said before, Android 18 does not get her passive because there's no Goten or Trunks on the team here. So she can still tank pretty well, but I mean, it's not as much as I would like here, right? So decided to bring Whis. Whis has a 70% chance to dodge, as you guys know. And also, he does share here 2 links with Gohan, which is going to be, of course, it's going to be Cold Judgment and, of course, Fierce Battle. Now, Cold Judgment is a very good link here, because it's a 25% defensive raise at level 10 links here. And of course, Gohan is fully level 10 links here. So again, Gohan is just a fantastic unit here. Gohan is just aging very well. He's like one of the best units for the guard event, because it's a guard ability, and also has his is able to stack defense here. Now, the main plan you want to go in if you're actually going to use this team build here is that you obviously want to have your the LR Tapion and Mosco with the EZA AGL Tapion. Just because, of course, these two are just like, you know, a very strong rotation, which I probably will make a list here of the best rotations in Dokkan. But these rotations here, LR Tapion and Mosco, are just an AGL Tapion. Such a tongue twister, by the way. It's just one of the best rotations in Dokkan history. Well, definitely one of the best defensive rotations in Dokkan, because you just take no damage whatsoever, right? And also we have here Kefla, like I said before. Now the strategy also as well with, of course, this team builds that also with the friend lead, you also want to keep him off rotation, because you will acting as a support type unit. So units like Whis or any other units that are having trouble super tag will be able to super tag, because they do provide that key +2 and attacking defense +20% for sibling bonds, and also as well for the story figures, right? Now, Gohan, you want to make sure he's stacking his defense as much as possible, but also you want to give him the same type key spheres, or save all the text key spheres for him, because he is basically be your main healer, because he raises defense quite a lot here, especially with the links and the support. So Gohan is basically your main healer in this rotation here. Now, you can probably do this here with a Universe 6 team with double Kefla. Just right now, Kefla is not one of my favorite units here, but I mean, she does have the support here. You could also even have your Kefla as well, which have that 100% chance to dodge as well. So Universe 6, you can definitely get it done here as well. It's just like Kefla, I feel like you need to have a Rainbow, because her defense is much better at Rainbow status. And also, you have to give her at least 6 key spheres for her to, like, you know, basically dodge, which is only a high chance of dodge, right? So again, Kefla is very good, but she's still kind of, you know, could be a liability, right? Now, again, Tapion and Mosco, what you want to make sure as well is that this was actually a misplay. I should have put them in the front, because I want to make sure that they get off their super attack before they super, because again, they do get 13% damage reduction after each super attack that they do perform here. Now, I will say that that is a little bit underrated, to be honest, because it's just the exact same thing as raising your defense after you super attack, but instead of raising your defense, they raise their damage reduction, which is actually much powerful compared to raising your defense, right? So, again, damage reduction is a very strong ability in the game of Dokkan, especially in today's meta where the opponents hit very hard like the God event here, right? So, again, you can see our Tapion is taking double figures. We got very lucky that Mosco decided not to super attack. I think this is like the third or second turn he decides not to super attack, which is actually very good because now we're able to set our rotations up here, which is, you know, pretty good here. And of course, we have Keflar here just as a floater, just in case our rotations are very bad. But now we have our rotations the way we want it set up, so I'm really not too worried. Again, Gohan is just very good. We got very lucky. All the orbs are in the front, so we can heal up as well and also build up the Dokkan meter for Gohan here as well. Again, the Siblings Bond team is a very strong category. Very good offensively and very good defensively. Defensively, this is a very strong team because you're taking almost no damage. Especially in the God event being type advantage here, except for Gohan being type neutral. But I mean, we have two units who are type neutral. We're taking double figures from Moscow, which is very good because, again, the God event is just one of the hardest events in Dokkan, right? So now we have here the first super attack, and of course, Whis decides not to dodge that super attack, which is fine. But Tech Ultimate Gohan, you know, he's taking like 4 figures, which is actually very good. This free-to-play World Ultimate Gohan is just, again, one of the best free-to-play units in the game of Dokkan. He's just very good support. And you can see here he's taking 3 figures, being type advantage and also having damage reduction, where Tapion, right, is having here double figures being type neutral, right? So again, AGL Tapion is just fantastic. This turn here, I just actually decide here to do a double active skill. The reason why is because I see here that we're also very close to a Dokkan attack, and we have Gohan next turn here, so he's gonna be super effective, and he will be our main damage dealer. Again, the LR Tape and Monosha, their active skill is just very good. They do provide that key +2 and HP attacking. Defense and attack +20% for 2 turns, right? So now we're getting a huge buff this turn here. Also, the AGL Tapion is, you know, going to hit very hard as well. But Gohan next phase is going to hit very hard as well here. So again, very strong rotation. I will say that their active skill is actually one of the best ones and also one of the easier ones to activate. The only thing that sucks is that you need to have another character as part of these story figures and also sibling bonds here, which is only going to be LR Tapion Monosha and also Tapion. So, I mean, they definitely want you to run the EZA with the LR for sure. But again, why not? Why wouldn't you? Because it's like one of the best rotations in Dokkan, right? So, again, these guys are fantastic. They're just really good here. Beautiful attack stat. Even if we get supered here, I feel like we'll be taking double figures because we have so much support. I mean, everyone on this rotation is getting 40% from the... actually getting 80% support here from both LRs. And then we're getting an extra 40% from their active skill, right? So, again, a very deadly turn here, right? And now we're able to transform with Gohan, and there's attacks in the front, so of course, Gohan is going to, you know, pretty much body this event here. Alright, so I'm going to do a small cut because my battery's about to die here. I'll be right back.
素晴らしい救世主を送るのは私に任せてください。
うん、バッチリ。ありがとうございます。よし、行くか。
Alright, and we are back. So now we have your transformation, and then of course we have Gohan's going to heal up very nicely because again, his defense is actually very high. And now we do get super, which is completely fine because Gohan has his damage, has his guard ability, triple figures here, but again, double dodges, very good. And we have a Dokkan attack. And also Gohan is going to be super effective against all types here. So really strong stuff here. Alright, so there we go, we get the Dokkan attack, and again, Gohan is just aging very well. Again, overall, as the Siblings Bond team, I feel like it's a very slept-on team because there's a lot of good units on that category. Now, you could probably bring SCR Beerus as well with Whis, but unfortunately, I don't have them, so I can't really recommend if they're actually good or not. But I mean, they could be very dangerous with Whis here as well, so definitely a good option here. Some other team builds you could actually rock here in order to beat this event. You can definitely use Hybrid Saiyans. You can definitely also use here the Majin Buu category. That's going to be very good with the LR, Goku, and Vegeta. Those two are just, you know, very good. especially in type advantage as well against Moscow, because again, he is going to be physical. Another team build you can rock here is going to be Space Driving Warriors. Just make sure you are using items, because the Space Driving Warriors, not everyone's very good defensively, because again, Moscow's super attack, it hits like for 100k per unit that you have here, let's say dodge. So again, if you are using Space Driving Warriors, you're probably taking around 250 to 300k of damage minimum, right? So again, you have to be very careful with Space Driving Warriors. But Moscow, you know, this team build is just very consistent defensively, and this is why we're able to get the run done here. We do get supered again, but you can see here we're only taking like 55k, 41k, 77k. So again, defensively, this team is just very, very good defensively. Again, also AGL Tapion is type neutral, so he's taking less than 100k. It's just basically double figures, if you want to call it, right? So again, we are going to save all those tech keystrokes for Gohan, because look at the HP recovery, almost full HP. And again, Gohan is just really, really good here. Again, we're also getting the support here from the LR Tapion Monosha. So again, everyone here is very good defensively. Alright, and here comes Whis. Whis is only here for the dodging, but also he is going to share that Cold Judgment link in Fierce Battle with Gohan, which is a very good buff for Gohan, because he's our main damage dealer and our main shield here as well. So again, Gohan is just very, very strong, very good. Again, we're taking double figures. Like, there's not much to say here. Now it's just rinse and repeat. But again, you can definitely use some other teams here in order to beat the event, because again, once you have like a certain way of doing it, it actually becomes very, very simple. Alright, so now we have Tapion here as well. We're going to heal up as much as possible, build up the Dokkan meter just in case we're able to build it up a second time. But again, this is another misplay. I should have put the LR in the front so we can actually get our damage reduction, because if we get super, we're probably going to be taking like 140k, I want to say. So, I mean, it's not really that bad, because again, they're only 55%. But again, we actually got very lucky that he decided not to super attack before the LR did, so we got pretty lucky here. Alright, so there we go. So now we have our 13% damage reduction. Again, I'm not too mad at it, because again, it's just like raising your defense for one turn, but again, they give you damage reduction. So of course, now we get super, so AGL Tapion will be taking for 73k, 86k. Again, these guys are just very, very good together, right? Alright, so now we have this turn here, and I think we're going to transform with the AGL Tapion, because our HP is very close to 50%. And at that part, I am going to fast forward the clip here, because it's just really not needed. Because again, it's actually what makes the video pretty long. It's going to be that stage right there. Alright, so now we have Whis here. Whis is going to dodge here. Of course, very, very good. Now, Whis does increase his defense by 50% per dodge, so that's very, very powerful. Again, he's not really here for damages here for the defensive dodge. Alright, and there goes Gohan at 4.9, very, very strong. I probably should have given my Gohan more crit than additional, but I did focus more on additional than crit on my Gohan, unfortunately. But we do actually get the additional super at 4.9. But at this point here, because Moscow's health is below 58%, he's no longer super effective, right? So we actually get the additional super, which is fine. Alright, and then this Gohan here. I decided not to give him a super attack, because I want to get all these orbs here as well. So now you can see here, we are looking very, very good. Again, a very strong rotation. This rotation has to be one of the best rotations in Dokkan. Like defensively, it's just super, super good, right? So again, now we're taking double figures, right? And after we super attack, we'll for sure be taking less damage from a super attack. Again, one of my favorite rotations. I'm gonna say like over and over again, but it's just a very powerful, very consistent, I want to say, because in Dokkan, I'm more a favor of units that are much more consistent, or team builds are much more consistent. Like LR UI Goku is good, he's like the best unit in the game, but there's certain times where, you know, he could not dodge because it's only a 70% chance to dodge, and that could get you killed here. So again, I am more favor of consistency rather than RNG. Alright, so now we have this turn here as well. If I remember this correctly, I'm pretty sure Whis decides not to dodge, which actually makes us transform, which I'm actually pretty mad, because again, Whis, a perfect example, has a 70% chance to dodge, and then look at this, he decides not to dodge here. So again, dodging is very, very good, but sometimes it's a little bit, it can be very underrated at some points here. Alright, so there we go, we got pretty lucky here. Alright, so we get the additional, there's the dodge here as well. Gohan at 4.2, very, very nice. I probably should give him one more turn, but you know what, since he was super effective with the Dokkan tag, I decided it's better to just transform with him. So now there's only 3 health bars left, which is actually very good. And then Moscow, I'm pretty sure just super attack again, which is of course pretty natural. All right, so again, this super attack is very dangerous. Of course, Whis eats it in the face here because he decides not to dodge, so that was unfortunate. So now we have the transformation with Asia Tapion, and for sure I'm going to fast forward this part because it's actually, again, the giant form definitely needs some help here because they're not really the greatest when it comes to attack-wise. Like, if we actually look at their attack stats, it's going to be like 1.6, and no, in today's meta, it's just not that great. Anything below 2 million is kind of mid, I want to say here, right? Especially if this character is fully rainbowed, 1.6 just doesn't cut it, right? So, I mean, it is what it is, but hopefully in the future they will, you know, buff the giant form category. All right, so we should be done with the transformation here. So we have actually one more turn with the LR. With the transformation. But yeah, definitely let me know down below your team build. For sure, once we have Videl, it'll be much easier as well. Once we have the Awakening from the World Tournament, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, or the Great Saiyan Man, of course it'll be much easier as well, especially for Hybrid Saiyans. So yeah, I mean, if you guys don't have the 6th anniversaries and you guys have here the LR Tape on Monosha, you guys can definitely get it done here with no items, or with items if you're having trouble here, right? So again, it's the exact same team build as before, just a little bit of modification. And yeah, it's just very consistent here. So this should be our last turn. All right, I'm pretty sure that Gohan at the back is gonna get the win here. And yeah, beautiful crit. And then here comes Tapion with his big buff because now his HP is below 50%. So there we go. We actually get the additional super at 3.6. And then that's all she wrote, my boys. All right, so that's gonna be a wrap. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to hit like button, stuff for more videos coming down below. Tag the truth in this video, tell them like, listen, you got competition, and we'll see and try to have a collab here. All right, so again, I'll say thank you for watching, and hopefully I see you guys on the next one. Peace.